Good morning, students. Again, welcome to all. Now, the next point of our previous video is, last video we have seen some of the basic objectives of the research. In that, the both objective, the academic or educational as well as utility objectives have been seen in our last video. Now, on the page number 5 in your syllabus, in your content, there is requirements objectives of research is given. So let's start the objectives of the research. As we have know, Gujarat mein kehawat છે લાભો પર લાવવાના માટે. It means when you don't have any gain, when you don't see any benefits in anyone, at that time you will not do that particular work. One simple question to all of you: why you all are doing it? तुम બધા એમ પૂછતા હો. If you have answered that, most of the students needs to understand why they study, why they want to go only for a master degree. After graduation, you have number of options are available, but you selected Master of Commerce. Why you selected only Master of Commerce? Because there is something you feel that this is benefits in the M.Com. That's why you choose that particular field. So why any particular, why any person do research in that? The first objectives of the research is decision making object. Decision making. It means in your business, if you want to make some decisions, so in number of decisions you have to take into consideration the environment which is available to your surroundings. તમારી આજુબાજુનું જે વાતાવરણ છે એની તમારે જે છે એ રિસર્ચ કરવું પડે. Say for example, in your business organization, you have one plant and you plan to make one more plant for the same thing, for the same product, but the construction of this new plant is not that much easy. So at that time you have to make decision. How you can make that decision whether we build or whether we start our new plant or not? So this would be possible only by the research of your accounts, by the research of the market, by the research of the demand of your product. This whole thing must be taken into consideration while you making decision regarding any business. In that, decision making is now influenced by research. The project identification and implementation is based on the research conducted. There cannot be any business policy which is not affected by the research findings. In this, it has said that there is not a single decision in your business that is not affected by the research. Why? Because when any person conduct research on any particular topic, so he collected number of data and make tabulation on that particular data, and after that he makes some conclusion after making the statistical tools, after using the statistical tools. જે છે સ્ટેટિસ્ટિકલ ટૂલ્સ નો યુઝ કરી ડેટાનો જે છે કલેક્શન કરીને વ્યવસ્થિત રીતે ગોઠવણી કરી ટેબલ બનાવે છે, ટેબ્યુલેશન કરે છે અને એના ઉપરથી કંઈક ફાઇન્ડિંગ આપે છે. And that finding always helps you. How that finding helps you? That may be in the more in context, that may be less in context, but that helps, that is definite. So whenever you want to make decision in your business organization, at that time you have to see which type of research or how that particular research helps you to make decision. Controlling, which is the main function in the management, can effectively be organized through research study. In your business organization, you have to make the function of controlling, which is the main function in the management, can effectively be organized through research study. By research, you also put control in your business organization, whether it is related to the raw material, whether it is related to the market, or whether it is related to the employee. After that, the second objective is environmental objective. All the decisions in the business are taken in relation to the environment in which business operates. Each and every business decision is taken only by taking into consideration the environment which is happens in your surroundings. Say for example, in 2020, if you want to make some risky decision, it is not right decision because અત્યારે જે કોવિડ-19 ની સિચ્યુએશન ની અંદર કોરોના ની અંદર તમારે કોઈ રિસ્કી ડિસિઝન લેવો હોય તો રિસ્કી ડિસિઝન કેન નોટ હેલ્પ યુ ટુ બૂસ્ટ યોર પ્રોગ્રેસ to make you more beneficial decision. This is not the right decision. અત્યારે 2020 નું વર્ષ છે તો શું છે તો કે 2020 is just a survival year. તમારે જ્યાં સુધી કોરોનાની વેક્સિન ના આવે ત્યાં સુધી તમારે ધંધાની અંદર કોઈ રિસ્ક લેવો જોઈએ નહીં. અત્યારે તે છે સર્વાઈવ કરવાનું છે કે after vaccine once scientists found the vaccine and that vaccine makes very good effect on the coronavirus, and after that you can take decision related to the risk. So this is the environment. Now each and every country of this world are suffered from the coronavirus. So India is also one of the part of this world. So if you want to make risky decision in 2020, this is not beneficial for you. So when you are trying to take any decision, at that time first of all you have to see how environment affect on your decision, and according to the environment, if environment is in your favor, at that time you can take that decision, and if the environment is not in your favor, you feel that if this happens we could be in benefit, and if this type of situation arises, if this type of any situation arises in the future, you will may suffer the loss. So for you it is beneficial to not take any risk in 2020. હવે આ તો આપણે જે છે ખાલી 2020 ની વાત કરી. તમે જે છે કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ તમે લઈ શકો કે જેની અંદર તમારે જે છે રિસ્ક લેવો કે નહીં, ડિસિઝન તમે કેના ઉપર લઈ શકો કે તમારા વાતાવરણ જે છે એના ઉપરથી તમે લઈ શકો. નાઉ ધ થર્ડ પોઈન્ટ ઇઝ માર્કેટ ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ. The market objectives of research are defined as market research. This includes the market share of products, profit margin of the organization, and total sales volume of the company. It means, what is market objective? Market objective means market in which your business operates. You have to research on market. Which type of customers are there? Is there any rivals? Is there any? તો તમારે જે છે માર્કેટ છે એમાં તમારા કોઈ જે રાઇવલ્સ છે કે તમારી જે છે બીજી પેઢીઓ છે કે તો આ બધી વસ્તુ જે છે તમારે જ્યારે માર્કેટ રિસર્ચ કરો, this all things needs to be taken into consideration while you are making market decision. This includes the market share of products, the product which is sold by you, the share of that product in the market. Say for example, if you are deal with FMCG product which is fast moving consumer goods, For example, FMCG product, which is popularly known as regular product, day to day product. If this type of if you are dealing with this type of product, then you can say that in your market the FMCG products part is very big. But if you are deal with any product which is, say for example, medication related product or extraordinary product, cheap, that is expensive product. When you are dealing with expensive product, at that time your market area is very low. Your market area is not that much wide when you are dealing with expensive product. So while you are making market decision at that time, you must consider the market which is surrounded by you. On the basis of the careful investigation of the available market information, relevant market strategies can be drawn regarding new product development, product selling approach, and product modification. In short, when you are making any decision, and if that decision is directly connected with your product, at that time, first of all, you have to see how your product can create the market. Say for example, if already is market exists for your product, you can directly jump in the market. You can directly introduce your product to the market. But if there is no any similar product like your product, at that time you must consider, you must have to create the market. Here you can take example of some of the companies. Android system, before 5-7 years, Android system creates their own market. 5-7 વર્ષ પહેલા તો જે છે થોડાક સમય પહેલા જ્યારે એન્ડ્રોઇડ માર્કેટમાં નહોતું ત્યારે એમણે પોતાનું માર્કેટ ક્રિએટ કર્યું હતું. સેમ ફોર ઝોમેટો કંપની, સેમ ફોર એની કંપની which is not that much popular, and now that company becomes very popular in the market. After that, some product they maybe there which has a number of rivals are there. એમના જે છે ઘણા બધા રાઇવલ્સ હોય, ઘણા બધા જે છે એના જેવી પેઢીઓ હોય, but then also he create their own market because of the service provided that company. તો તમારું માર્કેટ કેવું છે એ પણ તમારે જે છે જોવું પડશે. After that, the fourth point is customer objective. The need of the customer is assessed well in advance, even before product is planned. The first of all, I think according to my point of view, when you try to make any product, when you try to produce any product, even when you think about the product, before even thinking, first of all you have to think about the customers in which you have to deal with. Because if you produce any product and you could not find any customers who can use, who can consume that particular product, if you not find who can consume that product, that particular product, at that time your product is waste. Your product does not give you any benefits. But if you were aware about how your product can be sold in the market, as Mahatma Gandhi said, the customer is the king of market. મહાત્મા ગાંધીએ એવું કીધેલું છે કે જે ગ્રાહક છે બજારનો રાજા છે. તો ગ્રાહક બજારનો રાજા છે, તો first of all you have to take into consideration the customer. These all things are later thing. If you want to make decision, that is later thing. Market research, that is also the next point. Objective, that is also the next point. The first point is whether you can create customers for your market. If you can create the customers, if you can reach your product to your customer, then your product can be beneficial. And if you cannot create a market, even if your product is qualitative, then your product does not give you any benefits. After that, the utilities of product is decided on the basis of the qualities of the product. It means whatever the qualities of your product, the usefulness of the utilities is decided on your the quality in relation to the requirements of the customers. It is in this respect that the inquiry is conducted to find out the level of satisfaction of the customers. It means in your market, in your business organization, if you can satisfy the customer's need, at that time you are king of the market. Jio company is the best example for this. And if you are failed to satisfy the needs of the customers, at that time customer will fire out from the market. The Nokia company is the best example for this. Nokia company જે છે માર્કેટમાં ચેન્જ કર્યું હોય, that's why all the customers shift to the Android system, and after that the Nokia was fired out from the market. So when you are trying to produce any product, first of all you have to identify your customers area. After that, the fifth point or the fifth objective is profit in a promotional objective. In most of the companies, profit maximization is the main objective to be attended by them. This requires investigation and consultation be conducted. Surveys are also conducted to work out the variables in support of the promotional activities. It means if you sell any product, if that product gives you the benefits, if that product is beneficial, then only you will deal with that product for the long time. If that business, product, person or anything does not give you any benefits, at that time you will not deal with that particular thing for the long time. So when you start the business, what is the you all are studying in the commerce. My common question for you, મારો question તમારા માટે એક common question છે. What is the main objective of the market? What is the main objective of the company? What is the main objective of the owner of the company? Here, the main and ultimate answer of this question is to get as much as profit from the seller. This is the ultimate objectives of all the companies, all the firms in the market. So when your ultimate objective is profit, at that time you have to consider the project, you have to consider the profit included in your product. If there is no any profit find out in the particular thing, in the particular product, at that time you will not deal with that particular. It may happen that in the short run you will not get any profit, but in the long run that will give you the best profit. Why? Because there is some company, they make promotion by giving their product in the cheap rates in the beginning, in the starting. ત્યાં ઘણી બધી એવી પ્રોડક્ટ છે કે જે છે પોતાની પ્રોડક્ટ એ ઓછા ખર્ચે અથવા એમ કહેવાય કે એક નુકસાનમાં પણ લોસની અંદર પણ જે છે શરૂઆતમાં બધાને એ વસ્તુ આપશે. After that, when all the customers gets addicted to that particular product, after that continuously they will raise the cost of that particular thing. Jio company best example છે. શરૂઆતમાં ફ્રીમાં ત્યારબાદ ધીરે ધીરે જે છે એમને પોતાના જે ચાર્જીસ છે ચાર્જીસ વધારે છે. તો એને શું કર્યું કે શરૂઆતમાં એમને પ્રોફિટ નહોતા મળતા. In the beginning Jio company suffers the loss, but he know if we suffer loss in the beginning, after that all the customers and all the markets will be covered by us. તમને ખબર હતી કે બધા માર્કેટમાં બધા કસ્ટમર આપણી પાસે આવી જશે જો આપણે શરૂઆતમાં લોસ કરશું તો એન્ડ ધીસ ઇઝ ધ પ્રમોશનલ ટેકનિક યુઝડ બાય યુઝર જે બહુ ઓછા લોકોને ખબર પડી હતી કે આ જે છે હવે જે એપ્લિકેશન બધાને ખબર પડી કે this promotional technique is used by the Jio to boost up their market, to boost up their selling. So these are the basic objectives included in the business. The next question is explain the steps in the research process with the help of flow chart of the research process. It means business research process. One of the most important topic for your content. Look, if you want to make research in future, if you want to be a researcher, if you want to give some contribution in the commerce field, at that time there is a possibility you can give very huge contribution in the commerce field. But if you want to give contribution, if you want to make a research, or if you want to go with the future, at that time you have to make some research in the commerce. Research is not that much risky thing, or that is not that much difficult. But here, for your content, for your examination, this concept is very much important. This is the most big question. But if we not talking about your examination, and if you want to be a professor, or if you want to make PhD in the future, at that time this will help you a very lot. Because તમારે જો કોઈ રિસર્ચ કરવું હોય તો રિસર્ચ માટેના જે સ્ટેપ છે ને તે સ્ટેપ આપેલા છે. આપણે જે છે અમુક સ્ટેપ્સ અત્યારે ડિસ્કસ કરશું. Remaining topics, remaining steps will be discussed in our next video. So this is one of the important concept. Here they have given, if you want to make a research, how you can conduct the research on any topic. Because as we have discussed in our earlier video, the research in scientific way in the science and the research in the commerce field, in the social science, that both are different concepts. If you want to make a research in the science, in the laboratory, at that time you have to go to the lab and you have to make some research. But if you want to research in the commerce field, you don't need to go in the laboratory. You don't need to go, even sometimes if you using secondary data, at that time if you are not going out of your home, from the internet connection, from the internet you will get number of data, and from that data you can make a research on that particular topic. So let's start that topic. Research process is not an overnight phenomenon. Rather, it consists of or passes through a series of steps. It is not an overnight phenomenon. आज घटना છે એક રાતમાં થઈ જતી હતી કે today you think I will make research on the profitability of the Reliance company. Say for example, your research topic is what is the profitability of Reliance, or you will choose 5 companies, top 5 companies listed in NSE, the profitability of that company for the year 2017 and 18. If this is the research topic, but this is not the overnight phenomenon. તમે એક જ દિવસમાં કે એક જ મિનિટમાં રિસર્ચ કરી શકો નહીં. For making research, for doing the research, you have to make number of efforts in that particular thing. First of all, you have to formulate your research ethics, your research title. After formulating your research title, you have to make hypothesis. After hypothesis, you have to collect the data according to your objective, according to your business plan. And after making research plan, you have to make tables, and you have to make analysis of your data. This is very long process. So basically 13 points are given in this process. The real research process starts soon after identification of the research problem. In order to make the process of research clear and well defined, a researcher or a research team before going to research should follow some step or process. This may act as a guideline for further proceeding in the research work. Following are some important steps of research process. Here, the flow chart is given in your content. There is 13 points are given. In today's video, we will see just overview of the 13 points. In our next video, we will start each and every point, each and every step in the very briefly. So, the first point is identification of the research problem. The first thing, when you want to research on any topic, that is identification of the research problem. તમારે જે છે research problem નું આઇડેન્ટિફાઈ કરવાનું છે કે what is the problem. If there is a problem, then only there is a scope for the research. If there is not any problem, there is not any scope for the research. Say for example, here our research topic is profitability of Reliance. So what is your research problem? You want to identify, you want to know about the profitability of the research, profitability of the Reliance Industries. So profitability is the problem for you. Is there any question related to the profitability? Yes, that is a related to question. If Reliance company is a very famous company and very big company, not only in India but in the world also. So, is Reliance company's trade is profitable or not? This is the research problem. Say for example, here we will take another research title, that is most of the research that we use now in the commerce field for the PhD, that is GST. GST જે છે કે GST પર ઘણા બધા રિસર્ચ થાય છે. PhD ની અંદર પણ GST થાય છે. I am a PhD student and I know about number of research available in the market and which is going on by my colleagues. So GST, how GST affected on the trade is all the trader is all the firms know about the GST implementation and how GST effect that trend before and after implementation of the GST. This is so the implementation is the research problem. In that, let's see, one of the important requirements and the foundation stone of research work is that of identifying the research problem. Research problem, to identify the research problem, this is the foundation stone. આપણે કહેવાય કે પાયાના પથ્થર જે ગુજરાતીમાં કહેવાય રિસર્ચ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે એ પાયાનો પથ્થર છે કારણ કે એના ઉપર જ છે તમારે રિસર્ચ પ્રોબ્લેમ હશે on the research problem your whole building will constructed. A problem will never arise when either the researcher or the respondent or both are facing some difficulties. Formulation of research problem answers the question what to do on a particular case. Here the researcher identifies some alternative solutions to get answer or solve the existing difficulties. It means if you feel that there is any difficulty, there is any problem arises in the market, at that time there is possibility to arise the problem of that particular thing. Say for example, when GST is introduced in the India, so very few persons are there who is totally aware about the implementation and usage of the GST. But GST is really beneficial for India. GST is really beneficial for long run, or this is really beneficial for big and small both the firms. So from where you can get answer? You cannot directly say yes, GST is a beneficial. You have to make research over GST, and after researching from your respondent you will get data, you will get information that GST is beneficial or not. This is the research. So અને જે છે તમારો રિસર્ચ પ્રોબ્લેમ શું છે કે રિસર્ચ પ્રોબ્લેમ એ છે કે શું ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ કરવાનું છે. What is to be find out, that is the research problem. The next is scanning the existing environment. One of the important requirements, once the problem is identified, you are aware about your problem, what is to be researched and why there is needs to research on that particular topic. You identify the problem. After that, you have to scan the environment of your business organization. Once the problem is identified, the next and important step in the process of research is that of scanning the existing environment. Scanning the environment implies examining the internal and the external environment based on the nature of research work. It means in your business organization, what is the environment in your business, that is internal environment, and what is the external environment. This is must be scanned by your higher level authorities or the faculties who makes the research. It puts stress on analyzing the legal provisions, organization ethics, organization mission, organization objectives, vision, nature, and the requirements of funding agencies, geographical and climatic conditions of the sample area, nature of the sample respondent, time span required for the work, etc. It also includes fixation or selection of research team or expert of research based on the environment of work. It means simply when you want to make research, here you have to scan overall market of the business organization. Say for example, તમારે જે છે કોઈ રિસર્ચ કરવું છે તો રિસર્ચ ની અંદર તમે શું કરી શકો કે whether you will get data from the respondent, whether your research is help in the society, whether your all the data which is collected by the respondent is true or not. If you making any conclusion from your data, is that right or not? If you want to make a research on any topic, can you collect that data and can you make hypothesis over that? These all things must be taken into consideration first while you are making any decision. Because once you are starting with your research, you identify the problem, and that problem is very big. The problem is very risky, and there is no any scope of collection of the data. So, if you are not collecting the data related to your research problem, the further step cannot be taken because you don't have any data for your research. So, before starting the research, you have to analyze, you have to scan the overall environment. From the environment, whether you can collect the data and whether you can make research in that particular topic or field or not. This must be scanned by you. So, this is the first 2 points of the research. The remaining 11th point will be discussed in our next video. There is two examples given. Out of that, first example will be discussed here. If the nature of work is such that the researcher has to collect data from the field, then an expert from the local region is to be identified. It means if you want to make a research and you will collect the primary data from the respondent. Say for example, હવે તે ગુજરાતની અંદર જે છે ગુજરાતી વ્યક્તિઓ રહે છે તો તમારે ગુજરાતી ભાષાની અંદર ડેટા કલેક્ટ કરવો હોય that is easy. But if you are in Kerala, India, you want to make a research at that time, you should know, you should take any person who is local from there. જ્યાં રહેતો હોય ને એમાં એવા એક વ્યક્તિ સાથે લઈ જવો પડશે because you are not aware about their culture, you are not aware about their language and the number of things. If you are Gujarati, तो गुजरात में कैसे बड़ी वस्तु તમે क्या हो? If you are out of the Gujarat at that time you don't know anything related to that particular thing. So if you want to make research over there, तो આજે છે એક પ્રોબ્લેમ છે તો તમારે જે સૌથી પહેલા before starting the research you have to take into consideration all these things. Thank you. Remaining topic will be discussed in our next video.